where the flowers bloom and the sunshine glows. There's normal gardens where the beauty grows. Every leaf tells a story, every seed takes flight. In the garden's heart, everything feels right. Es mamo, sing it to the sky. Whisper to the petals as the clouds drift by. Es mamo, let the green roots run, dancing with the daisies in the morning sun.
Hello everyone, welcome to Esmamo Gardens. Today we are talking about this beautiful plant called ZZ plant, the scientific name known as Zamioculcas zamiofolia. This is the most easiest house plant to grow. It is famous for surviving neglect, low light, and irregular watering, making it perfect for beginners and busy people. Originated from the Eastern Africa, this is an evergreen perennial. It is a slow grower, but you can have it for many years. It is known for its striking waxy and deep green leaves that appear polished or artificial. And the stem of this plant is stout and fleshy, starting thick at the base and tapering to a point. And the roots are large potato-like rhizomes that store water. It grows upright but sometimes with an arcing angle. I am checking underneath. I do not see any roots coming out, so it's not root bound. This is the classic ZZ plant with deep green leaves, while the Raven variety features leaves that turn a deep purple black as they mature. And you might find your stems with purple spots. The rhizomes are thick potato-like underground storage organs that store water and nutrients, enabling the plant to survive long periods of drought. These succulent tuberous structures are essential for stability, growth, and propagation. These fleshy, bulbous structures, often found just below the soil surface, are crucial for hydration and allow the plant to thrive in low light, low water conditions. So basically, they act as water storage, allowing the plant to go weeks without water. And new plants can be grown from this as they develop nodes that sprout new stems. And they are highly susceptible to root rot if overwatered, becoming mushy if the soil stays wet. So overwatering this plant is a big no-no. Propagating this plant is very easy. It's either by leaf cuttings, stem cuttings, or division by rhizomes. So when we reported this plant, I showed the video, this stem broke off and I put it in water, and months later this is what we have. This is a potato-like rhizome that have roots on it. I'll show the clip when I did that. When does the ZZ plant need repotting? when they become root bound, which is a sign of the rhizomes pushing up out of the soil, their roots emerging from the drainage holes, or the pot bulging or cracking. And now we're gonna gently remove this plant from this pot by gently pressing on the side of the pot to release the plant. This plant was repotted into this pot in September, which was spring for us, and it was the growing season. You could see how fast this plant grew. The soil is fluffy and loose. Within just a couple of months, you can see the beautiful roots development. Repotting, it gives you a chance to divide your plants via rhizomes. And that is another form of propagation. The easiest way is by division of these tubers. Now I want to make a new plant. So I have one of these propagations. Now let's divide and get one or two from this plant and make a new plant. Dividing the tubers is very easy. Just see how your plant is formed and locate the specific tuber that you need and pull away, gently pull it away from the combined roots. It will come out easily. And I am looking at this stem. It's very loose. It might fall off anytime. So I'll take this part that I can make a new plant with it so that this stem doesn't fall off. If you're finding it hard just to release it, you can take a clean knife or scissors and cut off the parts that you need. I need to be very careful so that I don't break this stem as well. I want the stem with its tuber on it because I don't want to propagate it from the stem, as we are now going into autumn and winter and it's not the right time to propagate. When I propagated this stem, it was September and it was spring for us here in South Africa. That's why the leaf, the stem, managed to catch quickly and root. So right now we're going to the colder months, so I don't want to risk propagating a stem at this point, but the weather is still warm enough to allow me to divide or repot because they will still have that little bit of warmer days. So the plant will recover from this repotting or from this division, and the stem that was grown in water will have time to acclimate into the soil in these warmer months. And that's it. I have a plant out and I'm gonna combine it with this stem to make a new plant. It's got a beautiful root system and you can see how it stores water in this potato-like structures. This is where it stores water. So this structure should not stay in water for a very long time. That is why I don't want the cutting to go into the winter months in water. So I need to pot it in soil. See how beautiful this plant will be. I have a new pot to repot this plant. It's just going to be a couple of centimeters or inches bigger than the previous pot. And making sure that your pot has drainage holes to prevent root rot and allowing oxygen access. That will prevent your roots from suffocating and cause them to decay. The soil that I'm using is potting soil mixed with compost, and the plants were previously fertilized, so it should have fertilizer mixed in with the soil. This is the soil. You can see that it's fluffy and breathable, so it's not compacted like clay soil. I think I'm gonna just take out one more for our new plant. And this size is just the perfect size for this root, and I know it grows very fast. We might even repot it the next spring or the next summer, but let's see how it's doing. It could be in this pot for the next 2 years. I will now cover it with soil, making sure I'm covering all the roots and the tubers. We did not top the soil right to the brim. We want to leave some space for easy watering so that the water doesn't spill over when you water it. We took about 2 plants from this plant and it looks the same, unchanged. It looks so beautiful. Now it's time to pot my new plant. I am so excited. I'm getting a new ZZ plant. Let's use the pot that the mother plant was previously in. Looking at the root system on this plant, it will have enough space to spread its roots. Using the same soil mixture, we're gonna fill up and cover the roots and the tubers the same way we did with the other plant. This plant prefers bright indirect light but adapts well to low light conditions. Avoid direct harsh sunlight. And to maintain that glossy shine, wipe your leaves with a damp cloth to remove dust. Prune yellowing or dead stem at the base of your plant. And now I have a new plant. Look at this. And now it's time to water in this plant. This plant does not require frequent watering. Please avoid overwatering this plant. Water thoroughly only when the soil is completely dry, usually every 3 to 4 weeks. In the slow growing season, once a month is ideal. I want to try another method of propagation, which is leaf propagation. I'm going to take several leaves from this plant. I'm going to leave them to callus for a day or so. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to leave them in soil to callus, and I'll only water that leaves after 2 to 3 days. And the ZZ plant is just not only a low maintenance house plant. It helps to improve air quality by filtering toxins in the air, and it boosts with mental well-being by reducing stress, and it's associated with prosperity because of its dark green leaves. By looking at it, it just uplifts your mood. And their glossy deep green succulent leaves add to a modern, elegant touch of home decor. And please note that the ZZ plant, if ingested, can be toxic to pets and children. Ideally, you would have your leaves that has calloused, and you would have moistened your soil so that they can sit properly in that soil. But I haven't calloused the leaves, so what I'll do is just leave them in dry soil for a couple of days, then I'll water them in after that. I will need to keep the soil consistently moist until roots development, and once that is done, I will then water it once a week. I have not used this method of propagation, so I'm excited to see what happens. Now what we need to do is water them in just to settle the soil and making sure that we prevent shock. And what we need to do is make sure they are completely saturated, that the water doesn't just escape and run out, but it's absorbed by the plant.
Let the green roots run.
I will go ahead and dry these leaves for 2 days. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe, like, share, comment, and I'll see you soon.